What's happening? What's going on? What's happening on
What's
this
happening?
rainy Thursday afternoon? It is your boy, the OG, Mr. White, in the building with one of my cohorts, Mucho Grande.
What's good? What's good?
Merch, we gonna, talk a little bit. We got a Thursday night game, you know what I'm saying? Arizona and Seattle, which I think gonna be a pretty good matchup. Um, and we're gonna further discuss the dismissal of one Ike Hillard as the wide receiver coach of the Atlanta Falcons on his coaching staff, amongst a few things. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of dialogue, you know what I'm saying, before you guys see, you know what I'm saying, Six Man at 6 p.m. do his thing, you know. Um, just to, you know, off top. Um, when you go and you're not you're when you're clearly not doing your job and you're shirk blame, not accountable, make excuses, get on the microphone, coach speak, saying a whole lot of nothing. Most times I admit it, the writing's on the wall, man. The writing's on the wall. I mean, but we've seen a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, around the league, so on and so forth. You know, all of you got a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of hoopla and complaining about, you know, a particular offensive formation. Well, y'all weren't complaining about that formation on last year. You know what I'm saying? Especially, in the latter three games of the year. You know what I'm saying? It is just the temperament of this fan base tends to change quick. You know, um, but I'm just right now. We're in the midst of what I like to call the Homer Simpson experience. Uh, you know, some people have been on board with the criticism. Some have not. I mean, it's been a wonderful 72 hours. You know, uh, many cohorts, including myself, of this group, have been called racist for the criticism that's been laid down on one uh, Raheem Morris, aka Homer Simpson, um, and deservedly so. Um, my I laid down a prediction. I laid down a stance, when the season was over with on last year and going into the off season. Um, and I really didn't. I wasn't giving him any room for mistakes and bullshit and whatnot. Well, 95% of the things that I said would take for him to be up for dismissal have happened. Okay, and he's one loss away from pink slip eligibility at this particular moment.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. And in some circles, in some minds, um, Sunday is that game. Everybody has that Dan Quinn and Mariota hate in their heart and mind, so they're standing on that particular business with this particular game. For that, did good, but from my standpoint of it is, he lose either one of these two home games, it's over with. It's over with. You're 0-2 in the division. The only thing that's standing of any kind of grace right now is that the defense is playing very, very, very well, and the numbers back it up. You know, to a large degree. Um, it just, I think the writing is on the wall with that particular situation. Um, you're having a lot of former NFL players that have take umbrage with the things that have gone on here in Atlanta with this coaching staff. If any of you all were watching this morning, I was on with the Mad One and gave some particulars, perspectives on the matter.
I
Because
gotta go back and watch.
yeah, on its face value at this particular point, um, more so just for the sake of our young quarterback. Um, Morris and Robinson got to go. They got to go. Um, for the sake of our quarterback. When I got up this morning, I was thumbing through, saying some platforms, looking for a few things, looking at a few things, pulling up some vids and whatnot. When the both of them were in Los Angeles, and I came to the realization, you know, it they're really trying to um, run this offense as if Matthew Stafford was the quarterback of this offense, and that's not healthy for our quarterback. Our quarterback is a rookie, in which, in most cases, a lot of big picture wise, a lot of people forget that Michael Penix Jr. is about to play in his seventh game in the NFL. Seventh. Ironically, we've kind of sort of been down this road before. And it didn't turn out well for that particular quarterback. You know,
I'm about the
uh,
kid with the good hair.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Real quick, I'm gonna say hello to everyone in the chat. Some of the usual suspects. Appreciate y'all for joining. ATL Leo, the pole position. Hey, Sonya. Hey, Christy. What up, D Coleman? You know what I'm saying? Um, ATL Leo. Uh, Six Man is in the slot.
What up, everybody?
Chris says, OG, the Falcons just posted a press conference with Bates, Elam, special teams coach Caden Ellis, about prepping for Sunday. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna take a look at that. I'll probably have my own particular perspective and recap on that on tomorrow's show on Falcon Friday. Um, because didn't get a chance looking. I was looking up some other things. Um, D. Coleman said just the way it has started on how teams usually collapse. We've seen this type of stories with many teams many times. True, true, true. This is true. Um, yeah, it's Thursday. Got a pretty good game on tap for the night. Everybody's going to be interested in watching that game. I think Arizona's playing some pretty good ball. Seattle's, what I'm saying, fighting. There's going to be a dog fight in that NFC West. Right now, the 49ers are standing on top of that division by one game over these two teams who are getting ready to play tonight. Um, I'm myself interested in this game because I'm trying to, I'm looking at a second generation receiver, and looking at his growth, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Harrison Jr. And seeing what type of ball player he's going to grow into. Uh, you know, because there in that right there, I've had a couple of conversations, and I have to, remind people, okay, this kid's game is not like his father's game. You know what I'm saying? This kid, he's bigger than his dad. He's faster than his dad. Okay. You know, I've seen him do a couple of things, you know what I'm saying? He's had some situations where he, missed some plays that he should have made, but it seems to be some good rapport, good time. The chemistry seems to be getting pretty good with him and Murray. I want to, check that out, check them out on tonight.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
yeah,
think Arizona had a better defense myself. I think
yeah,
they'll take it.
yeah, yeah,
Like you said,
yeah,
it ain't gonna be easy, but it should be a good game.
yeah, yeah. I myself think that Arizona should should pull that. I'm picking them to win that game. That's just my own perspective, and looking at what I'm saying, that particular situation in that particular game and how things are going in that particular division. Um, you know, it yeah, D. Yeah, yeah. That NFC West is a sneaky dog fight. Yeah. Them 49ers, them Cardinals, them Seahawks, them Rams. You there may be a situation right now. If it stays this particular way that it is right now, you may mess around with the mess around, and three out of them four teams could make the playoffs. We,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've only seen once in history where an entire division made the playoffs.
Oh,
Yeah, once. I want to wait to what I'm saying, to get mid season to see how it starts to unfold, and if they're all still running neck and neck, what I'm saying, like that. I mean, we're talking about somebody in that division winning that division by one game or by a tiebreaker, possibly. you know. But you have to see, how it's gonna fold. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be an interesting game. Now, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a slobber knocker. Myself, you know, just saying, just minds out thought. Um, Now we all know that this happens. There's been a lot of conversating and conversations on the big networks and bigger platforms and high profile podcasts about this. Um, you know, and just off of conversation that me and you guys were having, what I'm saying, in our own little personal little chat, we getting more and more to believe that there may have been an exchange of words between Ike Hilliard and Raheem Morris on said trials and tribulation of this particular offense, um, which probably led to this here situation because a certain um, former player asked the question, and And I'm, looking at it the same way. How you fire a guy that had nothing to do with the situation at hand? How you go from, a coach that had his room, you know, playing excellent ball and you almost having 3 1,000 yard receivers on last season to this, but the guy that's closer to the game planning, you give him his job in TJ Yates. Make it make sense. You know, how you give a guy that from a strategic standpoint, and you know give him that job when Yates is the passing game coordinator, and the passing game has been inconsistent at best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just laying it out there. Yeah, asking, I'm asking trying to ask all the right questions. To come up with the right answers. Uh, you know, I'm trying to understand that. You fire a guy who had his particular room, doing work. Now, yet true, no one in the receiving room has a touchdown. This is true. Um, but you coming off the game where your rookie quarterback has his worst game to date. Because like we were discussing this morning on Mad Mike in the morning, um, and I made it in that game on Sunday. I saw, you know, 3 good throws out of 35, 34, 35, 36 passing attempts. You know,
Mm.
yeah, I'm just saying. And the run game not used in its entirety, um, and yet the receivers coach is the one gets canned instead of the guy that was also responsible for said passing game, being the passing game coordinator. You give him the receiving coach job. I'm really not understanding it. I just I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not really understanding that. What about you, Mucho?
Yeah, I don't really understand it either. To me, it's like a bad chess move. Giving up one of your, you had to sacrifice a pawn to save yourself.
Mm,
But but yeah, I can't make no sense out of it, really. Just to save his own self. Somebody had to go, and he chose
I
him.
mean, why you didn't fire TJ Yates,
Right.
passing game coordinator, quarterbacks coach? You know, why you didn't fire that guy? But I mean, on Monday we were called racist
I
for,
mean, how, how
for being on Raheem Morris' head, but he fired the black guy and let
I
the
was just
white
gonna
guy
say
that's
that.
probably responsible for some of the problems keep his job and take that job.
Black on black crime. I was just
Hmm.
gonna say that.
I'm just saying, make it make sense. Make it make sense. You know, one thing's definitely for sure. Firing Ike Hilliard, um, a Super Bowl champion in his own right, playoff experience, championship pedigree,
Mm-hmm.
makes absolutely no sense. Makes absolutely no sense to me. I myself, like I said this morning, Raheem and Zach got to go. They got to go. There's no way around it at this particular point. And for the sake of our quarterback, they got to go.
Do we have any prospects in
I,
line?
I myself, just my own, perspective. I would be on the phone to Jesse Palmer, um, or a Matt Ryan.
Mm.
Um, I mean, and if we really, and this might tickle Mad Mike's fans. I get on the phone, just to take the temperature, the Peyton Manning.
Mm.
I would, you know what I'm saying, or that's just my short list right now. That's just my
Yeah.
short list. I hear somebody mentioned the old boy that's currently at Alabama, but I'm like, that's a train wreck. I mean, when he does come out of that, I mean, who's to say that his mentality is going to be fit to do any kind of coordinating? But I may be a little biased, on that little bit, but I would search out Jesse Palmer. You know what I'm saying? He has that quarterback count, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying, roll up in, during the off seasons. Um, you know, somebody mentioned Gruden, but there's a little bit too much going on behind the scenes with that cat. Would leave him on his little, what I'm saying, podcast and keep moving. Um, I mean, it we hard pressed, but um, I don't. It's gonna be. We're in a situation right now that the one thing has to happen, and that's to win a football game. That's to win a football game. This this firing of Ike Hilliard was disrespectful, deplorable, and pathetic. And you can't call it anything else. That's just what it was. It's unaccountable. Um, and I'm liking Raheem Morris right now. He's a coward. He's a coward.
What do we expect?
He's a coward. You know what I'm saying? TJ Yates should have been the one on the chopping block. You know, um, this particular situation, I just I I'm almost at a loss for words, so to speak, because it's such an irritating situation.
I don't
You know,
think any one of them should have been on the chopping block, to be honest. But between the two, yeah.
you know what I mean? I just, and like I said this morning, I I didn't want to be right about my assessment of the team of the team, the staff rolling into this season, but 95% of the shit that I said it would take for Raheem to be pink slip eligible has happened. You know what I'm saying? HL Leo says Raheem don't like accountability when he wrong, but love to take credit for shit he never does. He needs to go back to Tampa ASAP. My sentiments, are agreeing with that. You know, um, you fire a guy that probably has less than 20% involvement of the game planning coming into games. You know what I'm saying? And the guys, the guys that are higher up on that list being the quarterback coach, the passing game, the coordinator, and the offensive coordinator, go unscathed. Make it make sense. I'm just saying, make it make sense. I mean, y'all in the chat, tell me what you think. I'm just saying, just you're out here and you're making statements, fraudulent statements. I feel for Ike's family. That you didn't hear because you made him the scapegoat on some shit that he has less than 20% involvement in. You know what I'm saying? What up, Ghost?
He probably ain't even think he was on the chopping block.
Raheem, he'll just put names in a hat or draw straws. That's how Ike Hilliard got fired. I honestly, I think it came down. I think Ike probably, stepped to him in a conversation and it went south, in a heated measure. Because that's the only thing that could explain this firing. You know what I mean? Um, as far as the players on the team, you've only had MPJ and Bijan to speak out about Sunday's debacle. Ain't nobody in the receiving room said anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a red flag going up the back to the situation. Leo said, I think Ike pulled the Ike Turner on Raheem has and Raheem pissed himself and fired him. You might be right. You might be right.
Mm-hmm.
You might be right.
Ike did the Ike.
I'm just saying, you might be right on that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You talking about a guy that got a championship pedigree, played the position, you know what I'm saying, plenty of experience, and then you coming off a season where his guys in that room performed admirably on last season. You had three guys that you had almost three guys with 1,000 yards each, you know what I'm saying, close to it, So, and then, coming into this season, the play calling, I mean, look, you basically got a yes man following a yes man in Robinson and Morris. You know what I'm saying? So, I said, shoot me. The one fuck boy, Raheem pissed himself chewing gum and fired him because he a bitch. Well, hey, no lies told. No lies told. I mean, again, looking ahead, looking immediately ahead. Um, its offense has to perform on Sunday, which means we have to run the ball. Um, you know, we got to get some sense of stability in the play calling and the execution on the field. Um, I mean, because it's a chaotic situation. You got a 6-game rookie at quarterback who has all the tools, but that all goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? With not all the right tools, coaching wise, around him. Go said Raheem Morris wants his boss to think the problem or anything but Raheem Morris. Well, look, Ray Charles can see that he is the problem and he dead and blind.
His boss ain't stupid.
Yeah, because you got a lot of moving parts in this situation. Because right now, if you're Raheem and you're reading the room, you know you don't have the locker room. Jeff Ulbrich got the locker room. And everybody knows. I mean, right now, your ass is standing on the plank, you know what I'm saying, in a raging storm, in a choppy ocean.
Mm.
Okay, is you nobody. I'm wagering to bet that nobody in that locker room as a player is backing Raheem Morris. Judging the body language and all sense of movements and mentality of this team, you know what I'm saying, during minicamp, OTAs, training camp, preseason, you know what I'm saying, to start the season. What up, D? He said he's in his own way, and that's the difference from being 2-1 and 1-2. True. This is true. This is true. You know. Um, you know what I'm saying? It's frustrating because when you look at this team, man, and the moves and decisions that were made personnel wise, um, were all good. And we're coming up on the last game of the first quarter of this season, and I just, from in the court of public opinion, you know, you lose to Dan Quinn and Marcus Mariota, who's going to start on Sunday. These idiots are going to be at the gate with the all flown goddamn torches and pitchforks.
Best believe me, they get back too.
You know what I'm saying? No, nobody. You know, right now, given the mindset of this fan base as football fans, and you're taking your collective notes as the things that are gone past. You have lost right now today to Dan Quinn twice. No, 3 times.
Yeah.
You have lost to Dan Quinn 3 times. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You have an extra grind with Marcus Mariota and his exit from the team and the things he said going out the door and the things he said on the quarterback Netflix special. Okay. You know what I'm saying? What up, E?
Yeah, best believe he got a chip on his shoulder.
What up, OG? As a fan, I'm tired of seeing all these chefs making the same deal. Over the years, it seems like we keep seeing the same thing. Look, that ties into, you know what I'm saying, something else, you know, that I was saying this morning on the show with Mike. You know, uh, uh, I we had. I mean, if you believe what you see, right? You know, on last year going into the season, we really had Bill Belichick as the head coach of the team. I mean, all he
Yeah.
had to do put his hand, his sign on the dotted line. Arthur got talked out of that by Rich McKay and the board.
And the fans, they wanted a black coach.
It was Rich McKay and the board. You know, yeah, wanting a black coach was, you know, that was some type of sentiment, but it came down to having control. McKay and them old farts on the damn board of directors knew that they would have no say so in any damn thing with Bill Belichick coming him. It'd been Bill and Terry running shit. What do you want? You want control, or you want to win? Whatever deal they want to control. And what did you get with your control? Bad decision makings. You know what I'm saying? Train wrecks, chaos.
Sound like no control.
Right, right. And he'll say, if we win Sunday or not, Raheem needs to leave because I don't trust him. And that goes back to what I said about the locker room. I don't think any player in that locker room trusts or is backing Raheem Morris. You know, if you've been paying attention, if you're watching body language, you know everybody's, you know, has Ulbrich's mentality, and they gravitate to him more so than anything or anyone. Him and Jerry Gray, you know. But I'm just it's a mess. You know what I'm saying? And it's a mess that need to be fixed. A lot of people saying, well, you know, winning fixes everything. I in this particular case, I don't think it does. I don't think it does. You know, it's, I look. I want us to succeed. You know what I'm saying? I want things to go better and get better. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I think the players just need to take ownership of themselves and come out and fight. You know, come out and fight. You know, offensively, you know, we need to be down with it. We run the ball at all costs. You know, ATS said if it was Belichick and Terry, Belichick would have owned the NFC South and pushed us in the Super Bowl. Facts. This man was instrumental in building a dynasty. Okay, he was. Look, there's enough on Belichick's resume. You know, I'm sorry. I just would not have let. I wouldn't have let arguably the greatest to ever do it at the head coach position to get out of my office. I just wouldn't. You know, um, the bird said it goes back to Quinn and that Cowboys game with the onside kick. Anytime a player says they weren't prepared, the coaches need to go. That's their job. Facts, facts, and facts on top of facts. You know, facts on top of facts. You know what I'm saying? Um, You know, I think the defense is going to come to play. I think the run game needs to be in tow. Honestly, if I'm Penix, I'm prepared. I've got my wristband on deck, and I'm out there on the field. and I am, saying, slanging what's comfortable, to me, and feel the game flow, and and make it do what it do from there. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Because at this particular point, your OC and your AC, um, they're pouring rocket fuel on a hot air balloon that's already in flames. But that's just me. What given Sunday, what I'm saying. What do you think, Mucho? What you think the atmosphere is going to be like? What you think the feel of it's going to be like? What do you think we're gonna? You think we're gonna lay an egg on Sunday, or you think there's going to be some similar to fight? From the players.
Um, well, I mean, I hope none of that, alter these players' minds. Because it is a mental game too. So um I don't want them to get in their head with what's going on in the office. Hopefully they could overcome that and you know come out with resilience and showing that they want to win. You know,
Right,
I would. I guess I'm kind of on the same page as you. If you don't feel comfortable with something, hey, we finna run this thing. Who got my back? We going down together.
right.
Type type of mentality. So, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Um, damn, I had a thought there just for a second. Now, yeah, mine drew a blank real quick. Oh, um, damn.
I think it's gonna be a tough game though, especially
Yeah,
with what's going on.
yeah. Ghost Pepper says Drake, Mooney, Ray Ray all had career years last season. Receivers have been a problem this year, but it's hard to believe that Hilliard just forgot how to coach. That is what dysfunctional organizations do. Facts. What he says, they're going to shake it off and move on. I think the confidence is still high. Now they have a chip on their shoulders. I believe so too. I believe, you know, because I believe in a quarterback, even with him being young. You know, I think this would be a bounce back game for the offense. I think if we put it in the hands of the guys who are making the plays right now, and that would be Bijan and Kyle. You know what I'm saying? And we let the chips fall where they may on from that aspect, and lean on our defense to continue to perform like they have been performing. That's just my synopsis, my hope
Feel
of it.
like I feel like there should be some sort of a leader at every position. Um, do you know who's the leader in that wide receiver room?
Um, Ironically, um, I I would say um
It's hard to say.
what's our special teams ace what
Into my Agnew,
no number four. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. Shit.
mm,
I Christian said it would be important for the fans to show up and show out. I won't be surprised if Blank shows up in that turtleneck on the sidelines too. Yeah, that's the thing. We're gonna know what's what when Arthur shows up, and I'm gonna tell you something. He shows up in that red blazer. Um it's gonna be a little turbulent. Gonna be a little turbulent. Steinman, what's happening? What? You on mute or what's up?
Yo,
Yeah. What's happening? What's happening?
what's going on? What's going on? What's happening?
What
No,
up,
man.
OG?
What it is? What it do? What it do?
Yeah, we talking about the team and going into Sunday's game. And then we were just asking. We was actually talking about a question of who's the leader in the wide receiver room of the players. Um, yeah.
Well, sound like Ray McLeod because he spoke out.
Oh, okay.
Ray McLeod pretty much said shit the way we playing everybody job on the line.
Okay. All right. Well,
And my thing is, don't talk about it, be about it. It sound
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It sound good. Show me.
Yeah.
Show me
Yeah.
that your job on the line. Because Penix's second pick was on him. He slipped and fell on the fucking route. And lucky it wasn't a pick to the house.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
4, Kadero Hodge.
Yeah. That's who name I was trying to think of. Me myself. I would.
Kadero Hodge is a big play guy. I think he should get some burn.
Yeah.
A lot of
I,
times when he on the field, good things happen.
Yeah, I would call Kadero Hodge the leader in that wide receiver locker room. He is one of the leaders on the team. When you look at it from that standpoint, um, special teams captain. Shoot, he earned his paycheck on last year.
The receiver room kind of young, so in that
Yeah.
case, with the receiver room being kind of young, the motherfucker making the most money need to be the goddamn voice.
Well, right there. Let's
That
see.
makes sense, don't it?
Yeah,
It does, yeah.
Drake.
Need to be.
Well, that would probably be Mooney, because Drake is still on his rookie deal. At the moment, I think Ray's making about 2 million, I believe.
Okay, well, dare I say this must win for for
Yeah,
for for Raheem Morris?
yeah. Yeah.
The next 2 games, it must win.
I'm gonna swallow. You beat Washington, I'll swallow Buffalo. I'll swallow a legit title contender. But you lose to Washington, lose to Buffalo, and then lose to the go take a shit of hands after that. Nothing beat the 49ers.
Yeah, yeah. Two of these next three be no doubt must you
I'm gonna have
know
a fucking aneurysm.
for
I'm gonna have a
obvious
fucking aneurysm
reasons.
when you lose the goddamn go take. Hell, Mariota beat Shanahan.
You know,
The guy we played this Sunday beat Shanahan down here.
uh,
Got NFC Offensive Player of the Week
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
with much less talent.
I mean, for obvious reasons, we don't want to lose to Kyle Shanahan, and for obvious reasons, you don't want to lose to Quinn and Mariota. Right now we're on the 3-game losing streak to Quinn. Yeah. We on a 3-game lose streak. We lost 2 times to him in Dallas,
All,
and then we lost
three of them
last year.
games, all 3 of them games been on the road. You better win this. Better win this one at home.
Yeah. These are you got to. I mean, unfortunately, like I said this morning,
We did beat them one time though when he was the coordinator. We beat Dallas Hill, didn't we?
did we? I don't think so.
Yeah,
The last time we faced Dallas with him, we didn't beat them. But I think the time before that, I might be wrong.
I know we play. I know the game. Claiborne had that 5-sack game. Wasn't he the coordinator?
Yeah.
Yeah, we beat them now. Arthur Smith, what?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it his last year we beat Dallas?
No, his last year in Dallas, they beat us badly.
No, I'm talking about his last year here when we beat Dallas here.
Well, talking about when Quinn was here.
Let me see here.
Go said, what are y'all thoughts about Zach Robinson said he may need to simplify the offense? Man.
Yeah. Quinn was in Washington last year when we lost.
Man,
We beat Dallas last year, I think.
That right there to me, Ghost Peppers sound, just sound like, what I'm saying, the same thing that Raheem Moore is doing. He's shirking and putting it, and that's you're trying to take a shot at our quarterback or the offensive team in itself to be saying that, and I don't believe that is the case at all. I mean, but right now, both him and Raheem just need to stop talking. They really do. They really do. They really do. That's some real distorted BS. That to me to say that. To say that, all right. All right. I'm not buying that at all.
Yeah. We beat them November 2nd, November 3rd of 2024. We're not Quinn with Washington. We beat Dallas. We beat Dallas last year. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, give your, because I never had I've heard some of what your thoughts was, but tell us your all over thoughts on Ike Hillard, being dismissed and the culprit in itself, shirking the accountability and whatnot in that old situation.
I think the Falcons probably sweeping down the rug. I think it might have been a blow up. I think some words was had.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what everybody's thinking.
Yeah, I think some words were had because other than that, what we find him for? For the receivers dropping balls? What we find him because he didn't go buy him some stickum?
I mean, there
He's a
were
scapegoat, bro.
there was a lot of bad passes thrown in that game by Penix. A lot of bad passes. I think
he missed on a lot of passes.
I think I may have seen 3 good passes thrown out of the 35 or 36 that he threw on Sunday.
He looked shook, bro.
You know,
He looked shook. Motherfuckers get mad when you say it, but that's what he looked shook.
he looked exactly what he is, man. A Ricky. He looked exactly like a Ricky on Sunday.
Yeah. See, if you're gonna make, I disagree when he made the change at quarterback. Because at that point when he made the change at quarterback, I'm like Mike on that shit. Just gonna let him ride it on out, stick it on out. Hell, try to get a good try try to execute one drive. You know you're gonna lose the game. Try to execute one drive. Look here, man. Hey, this game over with. We finna go down here. We finna punch this bitch in, where we gonna get shut out.
I mean, well, you know, at that particular juncture, you know, he done taken a beating. You know what I'm saying? They was putting hits on him, so I really didn't have no problem
I didn't
taking
have
him.
no problem with it either. I feel
I would have
like
pulled. Listen, the way he was looking, I would have pulled him at halftime. Hey, bro, it ain't your day.
Yeah, that's what I said. You know, that time I said, you know, really, this change should have been made at halftime. You know, but
You got
again,
Kirk Cousins over there for a reason. Falcon fan, y'all get out y'all motherfucking feelings. We got a motherfucker over there that we're gonna pay $100 million guaranteed to. Get out your motherfucking feelings. Hey, if the Rook's struggling, he need to get on the field. Got a
right?
problem with that? Go find a goddamn couch to lay on. Ain't nobody got time for all that emotional shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got $100 million man over there. He healthy. Put him in the goddamn game if the Rook's struggling. We already know. It ain't like he gonna be threatening him for his job.
Right.
Put him in there, go win the game.
It's Thursday. We got Thursday night football. We got these Cardinals and Seahawks in there tonight. What is your analyst look and pick on that game, there, sir?
I'd rather watch two. I'd rather watch two old people fuck, slow and sloppy. I don't care.
Trying to get some professional analysts.
Okay, okay. I don't know. I don't know much about either team. Who the home team? Take the home team.
I think they're in Seattle on this one. I think.
Yeah, they got that 12th man up there.
But of the two, Arizona is playing the better ball.
Is Seattle going with the? Oh no, they got Sam Darnold.
Yeah, they got Sam Donald up there with that run game. But Arizona's playing better defense, and then you got a good little chemistry going with Murray and Harrison Jr. over there, and McBride. Their run game is picking up. They like I said, Arizona's playing some good ball. But it's going to be your typical NFC West dog fight. You know, and all four of them teams over there are playing good ball. You know, but I'm me myself. I'm picking Arizona in this game.
Okay,
You know,
I'm gonna go with the home team.
that would be Seattle.
Yeah, I go with the home team. I said a 12. I said a 12 man gonna bring them through. Sam Darnold has shown that he can play in this league.
Yes,
Mr. Minnesota Viking fans right now.
they are missing him. They are
Yeah,
missing
yeah. They going into major mental health because
him.
JJ is a rookie, right?
Mhm.
JJ, listen, man. These fanatics out here got to be patient with them rookies. We tried to tell y'all the last quarterback we had. Don't speed rush these guys. Some guys come in and they got it instantly. The boy down in Houston, he had it instantly. The boy up in Washington, he had it instantly. But not everybody got it instantly.
Well, it was his first real bad game to date. Um, what I'm looking at and looking for is his bounce back performance, and just and to watch and see where his mind at, how composed he's going to be, or not going to be, and you know, and you coming in, you're at home. You know what I'm saying? It's must win situation. Tight ass cheek situation. Um, I think we should put a monumental effort into run the damn ball in this game. Defense continue to play like they've been playing, and we let the chips fall where they may, and hope it fall with us walking out of there with a W. It is 6:00. 6 man should be getting started right now at this particular juncture over there with his conversation. He's gonna have more on this very same topic with Homer Simpson and Bart and the chaos and dysfunction that is this coaching staff at the moment. So you guys roll over there and check that out. Hey man, y'all hit that like button for me, man. You know what I'm saying? You 16 like give me some likes. If you're not a member, you know what I'm saying, of the Watch Club for Miss White Network, hit that subscribe button. While you at it, hit the subscribe button for OG Truth. Young man Mucho is getting things started. You go find his channel and hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get him in the rotation. Like I said, it's a must-win situation. Y'all got Arizona and Seattle tonight. Y'all enjoy that game. You know what I'm saying? Get some nachos and burgers and whatnot. A couple of colds and enjoy the game. You will see me again on tomorrow, Falcon Friday. Probably in hopefully in the entire game minus franchise. He's going to be, you know what I'm saying, missing an extra for another week. Truth, what you got going on?
Tomorrow morning, nothing but the True weekend preview. We're gonna be previewing Dogs, Tech Wake, Dogs, Tide, Falcons, Commanders.
Okay. Link me up on that one. I'll get up with you.
Yeah, I already got you. I already got your channel plugged in. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So y'all will see me twice tomorrow, just like you did today. With that being said, y'all roll over to 6 man and tune in to 6MK live conversation. This is your boy OG, Mr. Wide, with OG Big Truth.
Are y'all gonna be nice to Raheem in the morning? I mean today. He's had a very rough week.
It's hard. It's hard to.
He ain't had it rough yet. He better stay off the Smith Street in Vine City. I can tell you that much.
Fuck around, lose the game. I'm gonna pour a whole goddamn a pound of self-rising flour on them damn ankles.
Hey man, you gotta keep it. Hey,
Them greased ankles.
I slap shit out. I swear to God, I slap that soft
gotta
bitch.
keep it dirty. Most notably, keep it real to yourself.
I slap the eyebrows off his goddamn face. I'm sick of it.
Slap the gum out his mouth.
For Fred Sanford, Grady, and Bubba, we'll holler at y'all, man.
Peace.